So I'm making this video because I feel like knowing what I know, I should speak the truth. And these people, this society is evil. I mean, honestly, we can't deny it. At this point, we know it. This world killed Jesus Christ. He was the Son of God. He is the human soul to the full capacity of the human soul. So basically, this matrix is you are born into a prison you can't see, smell, taste, or touch for your mind and your body, your mind, your soul. It's all, they own everything in that world of the senses. But then you start to see the real world when you open your mind, and it was an old video game, but and we were the sons of God, and we had these controllers that connected to who we are. But it was just a one-off chance you'd ever make it. I saw it, and it was like life was a game, bro. And it was like we were the imagination of ourselves. But when you open your mind, you have to go through these sequences and do everything right and really harness the truth as best as you can. Because otherwise it just doesn't work, and it's really bad, and it does stuff to your bloodlines, and that's it's not good, and it puts you in a space that no one can see or hear, but you can hear and see things others cannot. And it was just a sad world, why do we have to go to all this division and stuff when it's like we needed to understand the truth of who we were to the fullest depths and extent a human being could possibly become, and then have schools to establish this stuff, because otherwise there's not going to be any humanity left. There's going to be no kingdom, nothing. And I don't know, I just felt like I needed to say it and speak up for this stuff, because I'm like, I remember the higher realms. I don't know if I'm in the lower now and just crazy, I lost my mind, but I think that there was just higher places, man. And it was like just being the human being was the illusion. It was like they set the stage, they shake your hand, and then basically, people just sit there on that postage stamp, and they think that's all there is. And it's like you just open a door, and it's like gone, infinite. And it was like, most of these people just live suppressed lives indoors, and it's like that's not even the truth. There was old control systems where it was like, so here's your soul, but then they know you're plugged up, and then it's like you get the house, you get the car, you get the job, but don't you ever look within yourself, because if you do, you go to a different world. First of all, you take a train off to a different world, and you see that people are slaves, man. They own everything in that 3D world, that plugged in 3D world. And it was like the kingdom of God. That was your soul, you son. And it was sad, and I wanted to follow that spark that I saw, where it was like, truthfully, there was really a place for me, but I'm not good enough. I don't feel like, it's not that I'm not good enough. It's just that it's so hard, and I feel like I've walked through hell, truthfully. And all these other people are living these fake, easy lives, and they're fake lives, they really don't know who they are. They're just autopilot, they consume, have kids. The kids can do the same thing. They get the scoop on who we are. But deep down, I realized it was like, who are we? Truthfully, what is the world? What is reality? To the deepest depths of the world. And it was like the space station, they control everything from that. And it's like the body and the mind go together, the subconscious mind, the consciousness. Consciousness is who we are. Your body is the house of God. And without this knowledge of unity, it's all like drifting. Everybody's just drifting. Nobody sees it. But it was like with unity consciousness, which is the hardest thing to achieve, man. Nobody ever sees that. And it's like nobody even cares anymore. But there's few, the ones that really have the knowledge and they hold it down. They know. They don't speak about it though. But I speak about it because I'm like, I want to know the truth. I want to serve the best I can, And it sucks that we live in a world that wants to limit people, tell people who they are, hold their head underwater, dude. My God, what kind of world is that? I think it's about growth, expansion, spreading your wings, remembering you have wings, and just not letting this world get you down. Fuck those motherfuckers, dude. And you remember, you are unique. Even if you choose not to, if you plug or unplug your mind, it doesn't matter to me. Just know that you are unique, and there's something that unites us all deep down. But I don't know. Don't ever take psychedelics unless you are in the hands of like a super professional shaman and they know everything inside and out, and your family is ready to, and all this stuff, because it goes so deep you can't even fathom it. Like, truthfully, you don't know. And I wish I would have known that before I did, because it's like, honestly, I probably never would have taken them, because it's like you could live a normal life in that system where you can serve. It's not that I want to serve their God. It's just that it's like everything was in motion perfectly before you became awake. But you didn't have that fire. And that's where the psychedelics come. That's where the fire, the raw, the truth, the creativity, the energy, And it's like their materialist God, or the material world, it's the fucking devil. But the true God was of consciousness, and the fire in your soul, in your heart, something that united all of us, and it was all, we were creators, and it sucks because the sorcerers run this shit, man. It's outer space control systems, and it was so big. You were so big that being the human being was the illusion. It was like they get people plugged up, but then you unplug and it's like poof, your whole mind. It's like your mind is this thing right here, and then your thing boom, plugged up under, and you keep going in these loops. You get the house, you get the car, get the job, get the lady, all this stuff. But if you ever open the mind and see that you are a royal divine being, and it was like, truthfully, it was like, welcome to the real world. The real world. And there was the world, that was the world beyond culture, truthfully, where it was like we were organic beings, but we just forgot. We had a purpose, but like society, the school systems, all that shit just tries to limit people's awareness, and they hoard the knowledge for themselves. That's what they do. They're freaking evil. They're thieves. They're liars. And they run this shit. They're masters of the universe, bro. But it's not that, it's like I'm not sure if it's a family, a royal family or whatever, but it's someone who built it. And it was stupid, because it was like, it didn't have to be this way, man. It didn't have to be evil. It didn't have to be slavery. It could have been, hey, let's broadcast all these things. Open your mind. Free yourself to the truth. Find out, your spiritual inheritance, and, try to not make enemies, But that's the thing. Now it's the war of the houses. The camps, the enemies, the war. Like, it's literally a fucking war. It's stupid. And I see both sides of it, because I've been on both sides. And I guess that makes me evil, stupid, brain dead. Who knows? Can't even tell at this point. But I would say it was the materialist ego versus like the fire, the real spiritual engine, like the where you really flew like a bat out of hell. And it's like you start out in this world like a fucking automaton, like an unthinking fucking idiot. And then you learn the ways of the world because your family has been through that same system. But when you opened your mind, you really see that this world is nothing like you think it is at all. We can't fathom the truth of existence. And it's like, imagine living your life one way so long, but then you just open a door and it's like completely different. It's like, oh, that wasn't even true. And then that's what it is they get people hoarded out over here. Like, they know where we come from, but then the people over here make this backwards world. And it was these institutions that want to, like, fucking make everybody the same, dude. Like, fuck those motherfuckers, dude. We are different people, different cultures, different religions, different languages, but the unity that unites us, like, we're unified, but we're also different. And that's the thing. Like, the school and all that shit is just to hold people to the point to where it's like, yes, I'm a human being. Yes, this is the world. Yes, this is what's going on. And it's like, no, that's not even the truth. Fucking the human race might be sold out to some intergalactic space fucking a species that's fucking, we don't even know, truthfully. Like, it truthfully could be. And then you're just sitting there like, this is the world. I'm a human being. Yep. And then it's like, dude, that's not even the truth, bro. Fucking, you just unplug your mind. You're like, what is the world? Who are we? But I guess that's the curse of the mystic, You see too much that others don't ever hear, see, care, nothing. But you had to go through the sequence to free yourself. But if you didn't do it right, like, that's the whole thing about opening the mind. You have to do everything right. You have to harness that fire truthfully. And you have to know how it works. Like, I don't know. There's like mystery schools and stuff about this, but they don't want people to be free. But I do. I want people to know who they are and really have the light shine upon them. Is that something so bad? Where it's like, yeah, you are the sons and daughters of God. Yeah, we are aliens. Yes, the world isn't like you thought it was. Yes, you have a purpose. You didn't come here just to work a mind-numbing job till you just fell off the planet. I mean, my God. Isn't that fucking terrible? Most people don't even care, though. They don't think. Why would you think when you can have someone think for you? It's fucking stupid. I'm not like that, though. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking think for myself. Find out what the hell the world is. But it's hard because they survey you. Surveillance. And those people, I don't even know if they're people. I think they're machines or something. Or like some sort of alien species. Or maybe a royal bloodline or something. But it sucks the way this world treats people, man. Because they can make a human being look at the world one way or an infinite number of ways. And it was like, that was your soul, bro. And I'm sorry the world was so cruel to you. But you know what? It doesn't matter because you remember and you're not a fucking dummy. And you have a purpose and a role and something to actually live for. And, take care of your body, work out, and just try to build towards a future that you don't want to run away from. So eventually you can just live in peace and then eventually just die. God, I feel like this world that, I chase the light. But then the thing is like, they always say, oh, well, they forgets about gravity. Well, okay, well, maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Maybe fuck what they think. But it's like, the world, like you ascend, but then it's like, we just don't know what to do after the ascension, And so it's like the world just gets sick after that. But I don't know. I just think that, why do we have to have a world of survival? We could have built a world where we had true understanding, true care, true compassion, but we have war. War of what a human being can become. And